Hello, lovely people. Welcome back. Diwali is over. I hope you had a great time. You spent time with your loved ones. You burst crackers. You had a lot of sweets. Now, November is going to be a very important month because we have a lot of transits happening this month. Sun is going to be in Libra. It's going to be debilitated. Venus is going to be in Virgo, where it's again debilitated. Mars and Mercury are going to be together for a better part of the month. And of course, Saturn, our old favorite Shani, stays put in the sign of Pisces, while Ketu stays put in Leo, and Rahu, of course, is in Aquarius. Jupiter has become exalted in the sign of Cancer. So there's a lot of activity happening in the planetary plane, as you can see. So let's find out what the stars, what the cards have in store for you. We are going to be starting with Aries. This is the monthly tarot reading for the month of November for Aries. Let's lay out the cards. We'll be doing a simple 5 card spread. 4 cards, as you can see, one for each week and one which is the gist card. The gist card tells you the flavor of the month, how is the overall month going to be. And for Aries, that card is strength, which is the Durga card. So Aries, I see you being very combative this month. You will have to stand up for yourself. You will have to stand up for your principles. You will have to take a stand in all matters that are important. You will basically have to demonstrate a lot of strength. Where, in what areas of life do you need to demonstrate strength? Let's look at what the other cards have to say. Card number 1, which is week number 1, is the Nine of Pentacles. Very good start to the month. You will have money. Money will be coming in. You will be spending time with family, with your children. All in all, a pretty good time. Week number 2 is the Magician. Again, the good times roll. The Magician card over here tells me that professionally, at least, you will be seen by people as somebody they can approach for help. So make sure that you do extend your help as much as possible. But the Strength card is the gist card. Remember that, which means it tells me that people are going to be asking too much of you. Whether it's family in the first week or your profession in the second week, give of yourself. But make sure that you set boundaries. Make sure that you don't give away all your free time. You don't give away all your abilities just like that. But draw a line in the sand. All right, this is my time and I will help you. But beyond a certain point, I want my own time. That's what you'll have to take a stand about. Week number 3 is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a high healing energy card. It also means news relating to some project might be coming in. If there's a project you've been working on that maybe has been stuck for some time, this is the week when things will finally come to fruition, or at least will get started. That stuck energy will go away. And week number 4 is unfortunately the Tower. Now the Tower, it evokes a lot of fear in people. The Tower usually talks about a sudden event that is unexpected, that just, like a lightning bolt out of the blue just hits you. It could be something related to your health. It could be something related to work. I would also suggest, because there is a healing card that has come up, there is also an earth card, Pentacles, that has come up, which represents the body, and Magician, which is the 4 elements. Tower in the 4th week is telling me now is the time you need to focus on your physical, mental, emotional strength. You need to get those medical tests done. You need to maybe slow down. You need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and making a lot of me time. The Strength card is also telling me the same thing. You need to make sure that people don't chip away at you, right? Make sure that you set your boundaries, make sure that you take care of your health, you take time to rest and recuperate, and the month should be fine. All in all, except for the last week, I don't really see anything to worry about, Aries. So I hope you have a great week ahead. Now let's look at Taurus. Taurus, this is your monthly tarot reading for the month of November. Let's lay out the cards and see how your month is going to be. The gist is 6 of Cups. Somebody from your past, someone you've known, maybe a colleague, maybe a loved one, might just get back in touch. They might just, reach out to you out of the blue. And I think you will enjoy that. But overall, if you look at it as the gist card, it's got to do with the past. It's got to do with memories. It's got to do with some skills or hobbies that maybe you had given up. It's time to reconnect with the past. That's the flavor of November. November is going to maybe bring up a lot of memories. It's going to make you get in touch with a lot of people from your past, people you've lost touch with. It's a very past oriented kind of a card. And Taurus doesn't tend to like dwelling on the past. No, you're like the bull, you're like charging ahead all the time. So let's see, what is it? What significance does the Six of Cups have in this month? The very first week is the Knight of Arrows or the Knight of Swords, which is the Hanuman card, by the way, in the Sacred India Tarot. I use the Sacred India Tarot because this was created by my guru, Shri Guru Rohit Arya. It is a tarot pack that is based on the different Itihasas and Puranas. Now, the Knight of Swords is a very aggressive, go-getter kind of energy, something that, you Taurus people can definitely relate to. This is going to be a very hectic week at work. This is going to be a week where you'll have to make a lot of aggressive decisions, aggressive choices. You might just have to burn the candle at both ends, or do some overtime in the job, on the job. Week number 2 is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, after all that frenetic activity of the first week, you will tend to slow down in the second week. The second week, again, I see, because it's the Knight of Pentacles, that the physical body, money, the job, those are the themes that are going to be very important in that week. But the activity of the first week would have slowed down a little bit, and now you will probably get some time to maybe go over the results and see where work stands. Week number 3 is the Blessings of Babaji. This card is unique to the Sacred India Tarot. Now, here's what my guru has told me to do. Whenever I pull the Blessings of Babaji card, I am supposed to pull another card at random from the deck and see how this particular card expands on the meaning of the other card. And the card that has come up is Empress. It is the Lakshmi card, a highly auspicious card. And coming in week number 3, this tells me money, material comforts, time spent with family. These are going to be center stage in week number 3, and it will be a happy time. This is a good week for money to come in. If money has been stuck for some time, this is the week where you will finally get it. And week number 4 is 5 of Wands. You are going to be in a combative mood in the 4th week of November. Probably somebody at work is going to be pissing you off. Someone at work is slacking off, and you have to kind of give them the danda. All those things could happen in week number 4. All in all, just to summarize the month of November for you, Taurus, a lot of focus on work, on deadlines, on completing work. You will have to swing the danda in the office to make sure that both your employees, your subordinates, or maybe even you yourself are doing the job that needs to be done. But week number 3 tells me that this is going to be a very, very good week to spend with family, to go over your finances. Money might come in. All good news comes in week number 3. All in all, nothing really to worry about. The gist card is the nostalgia card, so a lot of connections to the past. Maybe someone from your past gets in touch with you, and that becomes a source of joy, and that becomes a source of happiness for you. So, all the best. Now, let's come to Gemini. What does the month of November have for Gemini? Let's shuffle the pack and see what the cards have to say. Gemini, of course, is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is going into the sign of Scorpio with the Lord of Scorpio, that is Mars. That is not a very good placement for Mercury, unfortunately, because Mars considers Mercury an enemy. Mercury is the young, impetuous prince, while Mars is, the commander who does not tolerate nonsense. And so the two of them together in the house of Scorpio might just be a little problematic in the month of November, especially for Virgo and for Gemini. But let's see what the cards have to say. So, the gist card for Gemini for the month of November is the Queen of Wands. Creativity is going to be the theme of this month. Creative activities, taking creative charge, finishing some kind of a creative project. You are going to be at the top of your game where it comes to your creativity, to your job, maybe some home project that you've been working on. Strong, powerful female characters might come into your life in this month, and they might kind of shake things up a little bit, but in a good way. By the way, I also said Gemini, your ruler, Mercury, is sitting with Mars in its own house, and the suit of Wands is the suit of Mars. So that's again, something to think about. And what do you know? King of Wands is the very first week. High level Mars energy. High level Mars energy. Now, given the fact that I know that Mercury is going to be sitting with Mars, I would say communicate as much as possible. If you are working in any creative field, if you're working on any creative projects, you've been thinking about starting a creative project, try to collaborate with people, try to collaborate with some expert, get in touch with them, keep all lines of communication open, but make sure that you communicate effectively and without anger and without impatience. Mars is with Mercury this month, and you don't want to rock the boat, you don't want to piss people off. Be very, very careful where your speech is concerned. But week one tells me that some highly creative person can come into your life, or you can certainly seek them out and ask for their advice. Just be polite when you do it. Week number 2, Knight of Wands. What is going on? Knight of Wands is also a high level Mars energy. This is actually the energy of Skanda or Muruga. So the theme of the first week kind of continues. I'm always worried. I must see. No, I thought maybe, maybe I hadn't shuffled the pack properly, but very obviously, Mercury with Mars in the month of November is bringing a lot of Mars energy into your life. Knight of Wands is the Muruga card, as I said, the card of Kartikeya. This is probably a good week if you want to go to the gym, or if you've been putting off going to the gym. This is the week where you need to start. The Knight of Wands is again a very combative card, but it's also a card that is very action oriented. It does not take action just for the sake of taking action. Yes, there is aggression, but there is a very definite goal in sight. So goal setting could be the theme for this week, some creative projects that you've been working on. Again, I cannot overemphasize the fact that you need to be very, very careful with your speech this month, because week number 3 is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the thing about the Wheel of Fortune is that whatever has been happening till now, the exact opposite is going to happen. So if life has been going well, and if the Wheel of Fortune comes up, then I would be worried, because the exact opposite is going to happen. There's going to be a 180-degree shift. However, if life has been a little stressful, if you've been feeling under the weather, you've been feeling creatively stuck, week 3 will come up with the solution. And week number 4 is the World, the Nataraja card. I couldn't have asked for a better ending to the month of November. The Nataraja card or the World card is a highly spiritual card. It does sometimes also mean that you could be physically traveling the world. So if you've been planning to take a trip somewhere, or maybe for work or for pleasure, this is the week that it could happen. It's a good time to go there. All in all, I can see creativity, work, communication, all these are going to be major themes for the month of November. Just to wrap things up, believe in yourself, but don't be arrogant. Communicate with humility, and that is the advice I would give you, Gemini, for November. So, next up is the watery sign of Cancer. Cancer, the crab, the emotional people of the zodiac. By the way, Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer in the month of November. So I have seen a lot of people, Cancer people have been telling me, when is our good time going to start? Why are we so stressed out in 2025? This might just be the month when things work out in your favor, because Devguru Jupiter is coming into your sign, and Jupiter will never disappoint. Jupiter always has your back. But let's see what the cards have to say. This is the tarot reading for Cancer for the month of November. The gist card is the Hermit. You are going to feel a little lonely and isolated this month, Cancer. But it's not all a bad thing, because this is your choice. You seem to feel the need to retreat from society. You want to go into your shell. You just want to spend time by yourself and heal. This has been a stressful year for you, Cancer. I know that. And maybe this is the month where, in meditation, in solitude, you will finally get the answers. However, you don't want to isolate yourself too much from people. Always have a helpline or a lifeline to a close friend, your 2 a.m. friend, right? But solitude can be very powerful. It can really clear up your head. It can really show you the path ahead. So it's not a bad card at all. Week number 1 is the King of Swords. Work again is going to be hectic. So I can understand why you want to run away and take a break. Week 1 is going to be very, very hectic in the workplace. Your boss is going to be a real task manager. As the end of the year fast approaches, he wants you to chase your targets. He wants you to close all the deals. He wants you to file all the paperwork. The boss is going to be very, very demanding. And that is also the attitude that you need to show in your workplace. Become kind of detached emotionally from the work. Just do your work. If you know that work needs to be done, do it without bringing in your emotions, and things should be fine. Be a professional this month. Card number 2 is Two of Swords, Two of Arrows. Something tells me that there's a lot of stuck energy that you're feeling in your life. Or maybe there's something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. And the Two of Swords tells me that it's not moving ahead. You're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and it's not going anywhere. The second week is going to be that kind of an energy again, where maybe you're stuck in the office, you want to take a break and you can't do that. Becomes a little stuck. Things, projects that you've been working on, they kind of tend to become sluggish and they slow down. This is not the week to give up, however. This is the week you need to really push forward and get those, and break those barriers. Week number 3 is Four of Cups. Stressful times. Work can be a little too much this week also. Your energy seems a little down this month, Cancer. I think this is probably a very good reason or a very good sign that Jupiter is coming into the sign of Cancer, because Jupiter can bring a lot of healing, it can bring a lot of introspection. Four of Cups is a card that is not a very happy card. It tells me that the world and its responsibilities has been weighing you down. Um, you might want to talk to a friend and see if you can sort out your head, get in the right mind space and continue working, because something tells me that, or you're kind of on the verge of depression. Work is just getting too much, life is getting too much. You want to desperately take a break but you're not able to. Maybe take a mini break, a couple of days, go spend it at a spa, talk to a friend, go for a movie, do something nice, because I don't see a lot of relaxation in this month. This month is going to be tough in the workplace. Family is going to be very demanding. So you need to really, really keep your cool, not lose your head, and just keep working. But take a break, talk to a friend as and when you need to. And week number 4 is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is the end of karma card. Something is going to come to an end. It could be a relationship. It could be some kind of a karmic bond, like a job perhaps. Uh, every end of karma card is a little difficult to know, because you want things to continue the way they are and things just break down. And generally the energy that I'm feeling for you, Cancer, this month is, you know, a lot of stress, a lot of, desire to move forward, but you're being held back by something. And then suddenly something comes to an end towards the end of the month. Now, obviously, this is a general reading, so it may not apply to everyone. But I would definitely say you're coming to the end of some kind of a cycle this month, Cancer. You need to really take stock of your life, of your emotional life, of your professional life, and ask yourself, am I in the right place? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Introspect, think about it. If you need to give up a job and move on, do it this month. If there's a relationship that is feeling stuck, give it up this month. It will hurt in the short term, but you will realize that in the long term, this was the best thing you could have done. Meditate, spend time in solitude, start journaling if you need to. Dev Guru Brihaspati, Jupiter is coming into Cancer, and I think I can see why. This month is going to be tough. I can suggest one small remedy. Every Thursday in the month of November, Cancer, visit a Vishnu temple. It could be a Balaji temple, it could be a Sri Rama temple, a Krishna temple. But just every Thursday, maybe observe a fast, eat fruits all day and nothing else, break your fast in the evening, and visit a temple on Thursdays, every Thursday of this month. And I think you will be protected by the Jupiter energy, by the Vishnu energy. All the best. Now that we're done with Cancer, let's go to the fiery sign of Leo. What's happening is that the ruler of Leo, that is the Sun, is debilitated in the sign of Libra in November. The Sun is not very comfortable in Libra. Love life could be a problem. Love life is something that maybe occupies your mind a little too much this month. So let's see what the cards have in store. This is the monthly tarot reading for November for the sun sign of Leo. The gist card is the lovers. Now, I was just talking about love life and relationships and sun not being comfortable in Libra, and here we go, lovers. However, the lovers card does not always mean a relationship, does not always mean lovers. The actual meaning of the card is a difficult choice. You will be faced with a decision that you need to make in this month. Do you want to take the safe, comfortable route, or will you be taking the road less traveled, so to speak? You will also be, kind of stuck between, do I take a break? How much time do I give to work? You're going to be split in two in a way. What are those decisions going to be? Let's see if we get a clue. Two of arrows, two of swords in the first month. This is a stuck energy. So the decision you might have to make in the first week of November is it worth to continue this project or this thing that you are chasing? There is something called a sunk cost fallacy. Just because you've sunk a lot of time, a lot of effort and money into something, even though it's not working out, you still pursue it because, you know what, I've already spent so much time and energy on this, I may as well see it through. Not always. Sometimes the difficult choice that you have to make is to give up something that is not working, that is not serving your purpose, even if you have spent a lot of time and energy on it. So that's the energy of week one. You may have to resolve a conflict, you may have to resolve something that has been stuck for a long time, and the decision you make over here could make or break the situation. Week number two, Five of Wands. The decision you have to make over here is, do I maintain the peace or do I take a stand for myself? Five of Wands is a very combative kind of an energy. I see you maybe having some kind of a strife or fight with people in the workplace, maybe even at home. You might have to stand your ground. I would say, given the overall transits that we are seeing in the month of November, especially with Mars and Mercury together, it would be a good idea to not shoot your mouth off. Be very, very careful about what speech you use, how you use your words, because those words could really, really help. So the choice you have to make is, do I have to say this thing in this way, or can I maybe soften the blow a little bit, or can I just postpone this? Do I really need to get into this fight? Maybe you don't need to. Maybe you just need to take a step back and say, you know what, hey guys, it's your fight. I don't need to be involved. You guys sort it out. Nothing wrong with that. Week number three, again, blessings of Babaji. And as we did earlier, I will pull a card at random from the pack, which is the Hermit. Hermit and blessings of Babaji. You can probably see they're very, very similar cards. They're both high level meditating or meditators cards. So again, I'm getting the sense that this is not the month where you want to get embroiled in controversy. This is not the time you want to get pulled into other people's fights. Just go into Zen mode. Take a break. You don't have to fight every fight. You don't need to fight everyone's battle for them. Sometimes all you need to do is withdraw and focus on yourself, and that is exactly what you need to do in week number three. Week number four, Three of Pentacles, very good card. Money comes in, things are working out well, things are going well. So the choice over here you have to make again is, am I happy with where I am, or could I have done more? Am I happy with how much growth I have seen so far, or is there more that I could do? Is there more effort that I can put in, maybe to extend this bout of good luck that you're seeing in the fourth week? All in all, Leo, pretty good month. Don't fight every battle. Be very careful about how you use your words. Focus on meditation, focus on solitude. You don't need to be involved in anything. You don't need to be everywhere all the time. But all in all, it should be an okay month as long as you make the right decision. Just use your head. Don't let your ego get in the way, and things will work out. Let's come to Virgo. Let's see what the cards have to say for Virgo. Virgo, as I said earlier, Venus is going to be transiting the sign of Virgo in the month of November. Venus is not very comfortable in Virgo. Virgo is a very straightforward, cut and dried kind of Rashi, and Venus is the fun-loving, romantic, visionary kind of a planet. It's also the Daitya Guru Shukracharya. So sometimes there could be clashes between, the stability of Virgo and the way that Venus tends to think. So let's see what the cards have to say for Virgo. The gist card for Virgo is Two of Pentacles. You will have to kind of do a balancing act with money this month. Money is going to be a little tight. You will need to be very judicious about where you spend your money. Be very, very careful. See, this is the thing. Venus has come into Virgo, and Venus loves shopping. It loves luxury. It loves luxury. And Venus is going to try to make you spend a lot of money. But Virgo, this is not the month you want to spend money on luxuries, because Two of Pentacles means money is tight. You need to tighten your belt this month. So the tussle, so to speak, this month is going to be between needs and wants. Should you spend on needs only, or should you chase your wants? I would say this is not the month to go behind your wants. Chase your needs, fulfill your needs. Be very, very careful where money is concerned. Week number 1 is the High Priestess. Very good card for learning. So for students, this is going to be a good week. Even people who want to, let's say, upgrade their knowledge, this is going to be a good week. This is the Saraswati card. The Empress card is the Venus card, the Lakshmi card, right? The Saraswati card, I think, is exactly what I would expect of Virgo. Focused on learning, you're focused on bettering yourself, you're focused on upskilling, but don't extend yourself too much, because remember, money is tight. Short duration courses, short duration seminars would be fine. Don't commit yourself to any long-term financial outlay. All right. Learning is going to be center stage. Somehow you'll also be drawn to doing a lot of puja part in the first week. That's always a good sign. That's always a good sign. Week number 2 is 10 of Cups. Somewhere in the second week of November, you are going to get some very good news. Maybe something you've been working towards will finally come true. You will certainly be spending a lot of time with family. Happy times ahead. All that is good. Again, remember, money is going to be tight, so don't go overboard with spending money. You don't need to spend money to have a good time, but it's a good card. It's a happy card. You're going to be, surrounded by people you love. You're going to be accomplishing your goals. Week number 3 is Page of Lotuses or Page of Cups. Happy news comes in. You get to meet a lot of young people, or you might even start something that makes you feel very young, some exciting project, something that you've been really looking forward to. This is a good week to start new projects, and all in all, good news should come in. Week number 4 is 9 of Pentacles, which is very good, because we started the gist of the month as 2 of Pentacles, which is money isn't enough, money is tight. But finally, by the end of week 4, a lot of your money problems will get solved. You might just get a promotion, you might get a raise, you might finally get a job if you've been jobless for some time. Good news comes in, and it brings in news about money and career and all the good things in life. Just make sure that you don't overextend yourself in any way this month, especially money. Spend on needs, not on wants. Keep your head down, keep working. Don't let Venus waylay you, right? Be stoic, Virgo. So all in all, a very good month for you, Virgo. Now, let's come to Libra. Now, as I said, the ruler of Libra is Venus, and that's going to be in Virgo. But eventually, it will actually come into its own sign of Libra somewhere around the middle of the month, right? So, Librans are going to have a bit of both. They're going to experience both kinds of energies this month, in the month of November. And Sun, of course, which is currently in Libra, is going to be moving into Scorpio. Sun and Venus do not get along. So for maybe a few days, Sun and Venus might be together in the sign of Libra, which could be stressful. But once Sun moves out to Scorpio and Venus is all alone in the sign of Libra, things should improve. So let's see what is the monthly reading for the month of November for Libra. And the gist card is the High Priestess. Okay, that's again the Saraswati card. This is again, slightly different from the Saraswati card or the High Priestess card that we just saw for the case of Virgo, in the case of Virgo. Because this is the gist card. The meaning of the High Priestess changes depending on where it has come in the reading. For example, in the case of Virgo, we saw High Priestess was week number 1. So things are moving forward, things are happening, and it's restricted to that 1 week. So let's see what the cards have to say for week 1. Week 1 is the Hermit, taken in conjunction with the High Priestess, this again means that maybe you want solitude, but it also means that the thing that you've been working towards, a little more effort is going to be needed. You may have to go back to the drawing board if you're working on some projects. You may have to go back to the drawing board and see if you've missed anything. Pay very, very close attention. Maybe there's something that you have not paid attention to, and that is the reason why the project has not yet finished. Uh, Solitude, a lot of solitude, a lot of puja part. I see Libra, you're doing a lot of those things in week 1. Week number 2 is 8 of wands. Now this is swiftness. Finally, things start moving, but they move very rapidly. So I would say that if you are working on a project or something, uh, things will move very fast in this week, and you might end up finishing the project. But again, pay very, very close attention to the fine print. Make sure you haven't left any loose ends. And if you are planning to, let's say, sign any contracts, Libra, in this month, in this week, be careful. Pay attention to the fine print. Week 3 is the Tower. This again tells me there is a need for healing and recuperation. You need to take a break. You need to perhaps, just get tested maybe if you've not been in great health. But it's also coming after the 8 of wands. Now 8 of wands is the card of speed. Now in some cases it literally means that you will be driving your car or your vehicle very, very fast, and the Tower is coming right after that. I would take it as a warning that this is not the month where you need to speed. Don't set any land speed records, please. Drive carefully, follow the rule. Do not drink and drive. Don't do any of those things, because there is a chance of an accident, and you need to just be careful. Week number 4 is the Magician. It's a good card, not at all a bad card. We've got 3 major arcana cards and 4 major arcana cards and only 1 minor arcana card. So it's going to be a very, very important month where a lot of things could happen, both positive and negative. I would say to a large extent you will choose your own experience this month, right? Especially week 2 and week 3, you need to be careful. Do not speed, do not take any stupid risks, right? And just pay very, very close attention to what you are doing, and things should be fine. Week 3, the Tower, maybe you get some news that you may not like, so be prepared for that. But all in all, I think I would say my suggestion to you would be to step up your sadhana this month. Definitely, Libra. Get into some kind of meditation, do some kind of sadhana, visit the temple again, visit a Vishnu temple, because the Vishnu card or the Magician has come up again. You could even do some Saraswati Naman. But do spend time in introspection this month, and don't make any hasty decisions, and you should be fine. After Libra, we are coming to Scorpio. Now, as I said, Scorpio is going to be having an interesting month, because the ruler of Scorpio, that is Mars, is going to be in Scorpio, but even Mercury is going to be there with him. And Mercury and Mars do not get along. The prince and the commander have always had a very contentious relationship. Speech is going to be very, very important this month for you, Scorpio. Your words can have a sting, you know that. This is not the month to demonstrate that, yeah? But let's see what the cards have to say for the month of November for Scorpio. The gist of the card is 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands, the Wands pack, the Wands is the deck of Mars. 2 of Wands means potential again exists. Maybe you've been working towards something, but now is not yet the time to celebrate. Now is not maybe, there is a little more work that needs to be done. Victory is in sight, but it has not yet come into your hands. Week number 1 is Justice. Now that is a good card, provided you look at it in the right context. Now, 2 of Wands, the gist card was telling us victory is in sight, but a little more work is needed. The Justice card is telling me if you have been putting in the right efforts, if you have not been slacking off, then you will get your rewards. Victory that was promised will be yours. If not, you really can't complain, because you have not put in the efforts. So in the first week, just kind of, take a look at any pending projects. Are there any loose ends? Make sure that they're tied up. Are you behind on the deadline somewhere? Make sure you put in the extra effort and you complete those projects. And all that hard work will pay off. If you deserve victory, if you deserve that reward, it will be yours. And if you don't get it, you might want to go back and see where did you drop the ball, because justice will always do justice with you. If you deserve something, you will get it. And if you don't get it, you probably never deserved it in the first place. Week number 2 is the Knight of Pentacles. Career, money, the physical body are going to be center stage. Those are going to be your major concerns. I also see that maybe you're slowing down a little bit, all that activity, chasing those projects and finishing those projects. This is the week where you say, you know what, I want to spend time with nature. You, of course, still are thinking about work, but you'll want to go back to nature. You'd want to take a break. Do that. Maybe this is the time where you need to regroup and see if things have gone your way. How can you continue this success? If things have not gone your way, maybe you need to plan for the future. All in all, week number 2 is a good week for that. Week number 3, again, it's the blessings of Babaji. I don't know, for some reason, Babaji loves week number 3. I don't know why. The star. Something is telling me, Scorpio, that you don't have to worry too much about things not working out this month. Blessings of Babaji has come up and it is the star. You're going to be the star at work. You're going to be the star in your social circle. Things are going to work out. However, again, a word of warning. Mars and Mercury are together in Scorpio. So be very, very careful with your speech. Week number 4 is the World. Again, a very, very good card to have. Travel, physical travel, spiritual travels, all those are indicated in the World card. All in all, if I had to summarize your month, Scorpio, it's going to be a good month. It starts off with you getting your just desserts, but after that, things work out well. Be careful about your speech. Don't give up. This might be the last mile on some project. So this is the month where you have to push yourself a little more. But I think you're going to make it across the finish line and get your just rewards. So, what could be better than that? Alrighty. Now that we're done with Scorpio, we need to move to Sagittarius. Let's see what Sagittarius has in store. Now, Shani, Saturn, is sitting in Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter, and it also casts a drishti on the sign of Sagittarius. So there's going to be a very heavy Saturn kind of an influence in your life for some time, Sagittarius. You will get your rewards, but there may be delays. I'm seeing a lot of people complain about how things have just slowed down for them. So let's see what the month has to say. The thing about Sagittarius is, you are a fiery sign, no doubt, but there's also something very earthy about you, and you're no stranger to hard work. So in a lot of ways, you do vibe with the Shani energy quite a bit. Let's see what the month has in store. This is the tarot reading for November for Sagittarius. And the gist card is 3 of Arrows. Something is troubling you. This month is going to be maybe bringing in some bad news at the workplace, maybe some heartache in your personal life. People are scheming behind your back. This is what the 3 of Swords is telling me. People are waiting for you to fall. People are waiting for you to falter. And just kind of, if you're in a job, what I would say is review your work for the last 3 months. Make sure that you have completed all your assignments, that there is, your work isn't lacking in any way. Anything you've done in the last 3 months, because I think there is a lot of scheming going on in the office behind your back about your work, and that might just come to the forefront in this month. Week 1, however, starts out pretty well. It's the World, so week 1 seems to be fine. No big problems over here. Week 2, 3 of Pentacles. That's also a very good card for money, for job, and everything else. Week 3 is where I kind of see the first signs of trouble brewing. Knight of Cups, right? It's a very beautiful Kamadev image in this Sacred India Tarot. Something in your love life I'm getting a sense that maybe not your professional life so much, but your love life is where people are going to be gossiping. Something that they think you've done or something that you have actually done in the last 3 months. Maybe you are seeing someone, or maybe, people just love to gossip. People like to speculate about where you are in a relationship. uh, Week 3, I can see that, if you are in a relationship, the relationship is going well, but there are forces behind the scenes that are trying to separate the two of you. People who want to keep you apart. uh, you might also be very, I'm just speculating, I'm just throwing this out there, Sagittarius, but you can be quite flirtatious, you know that. And your better half, your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, will start noticing that, and people will bring it to their notice. Oh, did you see how so and he was talking to so and so, or how she was giggling with so and so? I heard they've become very close. Those kinds of rumors can start about you, and they may be true, but they may not be true. But if they are not true, they could end up spoiling your relationship, and that is something you need to guard against. So I would say in week 3, a special word of advice: pay extra attention to your partner, to your boyfriend, to your girlfriend, to your husband, to your wife, and make sure they know that you love them. Let's not give them any room for doubt, because it's very strange though. Card number 4 is 5 of cups. Now, why do I say this is strange? Because if you look at the imagery of this card, this is Shivji incinerating Kamadev, right? The Kamadev that we saw in week number 3 over here, Knight of Cups. Week 4 sees that Kamadev being incinerated, which means what? A relationship may come to an end as a result of these nasty rumors. You might be unable to convince your partner that you are faithful, and they end up leaving you, end up breaking up with you, and that just completely breaks your heart. 3 of arrows or 3 of swords is also the card of heartbreak or heartache. So professionally, in the professional sphere of things, I don't really see too much of a problem. Your personal life needs a lot of attention this one, Sagittarius. Make sure that if you truly love someone, you tell them that you love them, you show them that you love them, because there are forces behind the scenes that are trying to tear you apart, and they might just succeed by the end of November, right? If you truly love this person, you want to hold on to this person, this is the month you will have to fight for them in order to keep them. And that's all I will say. Fight for it. All right? All the best. Let's now come to Capricorn, the next sign. Capricorn ruled by Saturn. Let's see what the cards have to say for you. So, Capricorn, this is your monthly tarot reading for the month of November. Let's shuffle the pack and see what the cards have to say. Right? Capricorn, the sign that is an earth sign but is ruled by Saturn. Very practical, very dependable, very hardworking people. Let's see what the cards have to say for this month. Card number 1 is Ace of Arrows. This is the month where you are going to be cutting a lot of deadwood, unwanted people, unwanted projects, unwanted feelings out of your life. Not always a bad thing. If something has outlived its utility for you, the best thing to do is to actually cut it out of your life. This is the month to actually do a lot of decluttering, I would say. Declutter every aspect of your life, and that's what the cards are trying to tell you. First card, 9 of Pentacles. Good card. Money. Capricorn, obviously because you are, they say Shani is money and you are a Shani ruled sign. So money is good. Career is good. You get to spend time with family and friends. So nothing bad over here. Card number 2 or week number 2 is 10 of Cups. Again, the good times continue. You are spending a lot of time with your family, with your loved ones, with your friends. At the workplace, things are going well, and I don't see any room for issues here. And the good luck continues. The good luck continues. King of Cups in the third week. The King of Cups also tells me that this is the King of Cups actually is a card that is very much in touch with its feminine side, right? So it's also a very spiritual card. So this is actually also indicating that you might want to start some spiritual practice, or if you are already doing some spiritual practices, now's the time to go deeper. Week number 4 is Seven of Wands. If you can see, that's Sita Mai's Agni Pariksha. That's the Seven of Wands. So it's going to be a bit of a trial by fire for you. You at the workplace will have to stand up for yourself. Work's going to be building up. Work pressure is going to be building up, and that's why the Ace of Arrows or the Ace of Swords makes a lot of sense. You will have to actually prioritize your time and prioritize your tasks. First week, your priority could be family. Second week, it could be you, yourself, and your friends. The third week, it's all about self care. But eventually, you will be pulled back into the workplace and you will be required to maybe put in extra hours. It also shows me that maybe while things worked out with your family and friends in the first couple of weeks, by the end of week 4, I think there is a possibility that there could be some strife, some fights, some arguments which break out, and that could lead to a break. Now, be very, very careful where speech is concerned. Keep mum, I would say, keep your silence. And anything that does not serve your purpose is going to be cut out from your life. So if you see that someone is leaving, something is going out of your life, this is for your highest good, right? I don't see a lot of drama in your life in this month, Capricorn. There's going to be a balancing act, and maybe some old habits, some old people from who don't serve your purpose anymore, they could be eliminated from your life. This is a lot of decluttering that's going to happen in this month. But all in all, it's a pretty good month. I have really don't see any reason to complain. Now let's come to Aquarius. Aquarius, what do the cards have to say for the month of November? Let's do a very quick reading. The gist is the Hierophant. This is going to be a month where you might have to deal with a lot of government officials, a lot of rules and regulations. You will also be kind of seen as an expert's expert in the job, someone who's the rule keeper, so to speak. So people are going to be coming to you for a lot of advice. You might have to go to a lot of people looking for advice. It could be legal advice, it could be advice on how to deal with a certain problem in your life, how to interpret certain rules and regulations, perhaps. It's a very slow moving kind of an energy this month. Things will kind of slow down naturally because you're going to be contending with a lot of things. Card number 1 is the Lovers. Some tough choices need to be made in the first week. You will have to figure out whether you want to spend time with friends, with family, with work. You may have to step out of your comfort zone in order to achieve or accomplish certain goals. That all could happen in week 1. Week 2 is Five of Cups. Not a very good card. In this case, because it's coming right after the Lovers, I would say chances of some kind of a romantic entanglement or romantic breakup are there, because you will have to decide whether this person that you're in a relationship with, are they good for you or not. And if they are not good for you and you want to move away, you want to break things off, it will not be very easy. There's going to be a lot of high drama, melodrama that's going to play out. Very stressful time emotionally. It could also mean some kind of drama at the workplace, because we're not just talking about making a tough choice in your romantic or personal relations, but even at your workplace. Week 2 is going to be very stressful, so be prepared for that. Week 3 is Six of Arrows or Six of Swords. This is a good card. This is the card of earned success. Success that you have earned. You have worked for it, you have put in the effort, and you will get that success in this week. It's a very justice kind of a card, very Saturnine card, I would say. If you have put in the work, you're going to get success. It also tells me that in case you haven't achieved success yet, let's say you were planning for something, working towards something, and it has not yet happened, now is not the time to give up. You have to keep on working. And coming after this break, in week 1 and week 2, I think you will be more than happy to throw yourself into work and really, really push yourself. And that is the need of the hour. Week number 4 is 10 of Wands. Slightly stressful week. Work becomes too much. Personal life becomes too much. They all tend to clash. You feel like you're being pulled in too many different directions. So maybe this is the time to kind of drop the burden, take a break, and just kind of, relax a little bit. I know it's going to be very tough for you to relax because there's a lot of work and there's a lot of things that need to be done. You could also get a promotion, but it is a promotion that may not give you a lot of money immediately, but your responsibilities may certainly go up. You'll be kicked upstairs. It's that kind of a promotion. But because you are a hierophant, people are seeing you as a hierophant. They want to tap into your mental resources. They want to tap into um they want to give you that promotion so that you can get the job done. So look at it that way. Personal life, if I have to summarize the reading, your personal life is not very happening this month. Professional life, a lot of work is going to come up. You will have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing to accomplish goals. You might get a promotion, but not a very great raise. Your stress levels are going to increase. So, all in all, I would say focus on your work in this month. There's going to be some drama in your personal life, but you will just have to put that on the back burner and focus on your work, and that's where success comes in. Alrighty. After Aquarius, we now come to the final sign, which is Pisces. What do the cards have to say for Pisces? How is the month going to be? As you know, on the 28th of March 2025, Saturn has transited into the sign of Pisces. And Pisces is actually ruled by Jupiter, and Saturn is sitting there. So while Jupiter and Saturn do get along, uh, the Saturn energy is going to be there. So there's a lot of slowness. Tell me in the comment section, Pisces, if life has been a little slow in 2025, things are not getting accomplished fast. Is that your experience? Just let me know. Let's do a reading now. This is your monthly reading for the month of November, Pisces. November 2025. Let's see what the cards have to say. The first card, Knight of Cups, the Kamadev card. Emotions, your emotional life, your love life is going to take center stage in this month. The card also means that you may have to chase down a goal with everything that you've got. You've got to chase it down as if you're chasing a lover. You don't want them to get away from you. So again, at the workplace, there is something that you really, really want, a promotion, a project, whatever it is. You have to chase it down, run down the dream and make it yours. So a very active kind of a month for you this month, Pisces. Week number 1 is King of Wands. So definitely creative projects, creativity, all those things are going to be at the top of your mind throughout the month. You might have collaborated with somebody and you might have to push them or really push hard to finish that project. So far, the two cards that have come up are very highly creative cards. However, there is also a chance that you might burn out. So you need to be careful and you need to take a break as and when needed. But of course, don't stop working. Card number 2 is Six of Wands. What did I say? Don't stop working. Don't stop working, because Six of Wands is the victory card. Something that you've been chasing down, some goal that you have wanted, some job that you've wanted, a project that you want, the person that you want. You're in love with someone and you want them to go steady with you. All those things could take place in week 2. Very, very good card, Six of Wands. It means victory. It means success. Nothing to complain about. Week number 3 is Page of Cups. Again, happy news coming in. Something that you've been working for finally comes to you, and all in all, it is a happy time. And week number 4 is the Wild card or the Fool card. Now, when the Wild card comes up, it means life is going to take some very interesting turns. It's going to be a little unpredictable. It's going to be, I don't know, first 3 weeks, all you focused on was your work, and suddenly in the 4th week, you just decide, what, I'm just going to give everything up. Well, not everything, but I'm going to take a break and I'm going to head to the mountains. And I'm going there all by myself. And while you're over there, you suddenly decide I'm going to go parasailing or something like that. I don't know. Do they have parasailing in the mountains? Paragliding, I suppose. Right? The Fool card is a very unpredictable energy. You need to be careful. You can become very accident prone in week 4. You might become even very, very careless in week 4. So that's also something you have to be careful about. Given the fact that I can see that there are a lot of projects you are working on, or something that you've been chasing down for a very long time, week 4 is telling me that you still need to be a little careful. Perhaps the project is not really complete. Maybe there are a few loose ends that you might have missed. This is the week in which you need to tie them all up. Don't be careless. Do not be callous. And while you and Because I'll tell you why. While all the other cards are good, right? King of Wands is good, Six of Wands is good, Page of Cups is good. The gist card is the Knight of Cups, and this card has a very, very dark shadow side. And I'm seeing that the Fool has come up over here. So it might just happen that week 1 is good, and week 2 is good, and week 3 is amazing. And suddenly, out of the blue, something happens and it all goes to pot. You can never really know with this card, and you can never really know with this card. These are extremely volatile cards. They promise one thing, they deliver something else. As they say, many a slip between the cup and the lip. You don't want to face a situation like that. So, what I would say is, Pisces, tap into the Saturn energy. Saturn is sitting right there in your sign. And Saturn is telling you to look at everything very carefully, to do things slowly. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Saturn completely personifies that. Don't be in a hurry. Don't make a lot of haste. Don't go shooting off in some new direction because you think that the work is all done. Somewhere something is lacking, and that is what the wild card or the Fool card is telling you. Pay very close attention to the fine print, to the details. Is the work really done? Is there something that is lacking? Could this come back and bite you in the ass at a later date? You want to be careful about all those things. Love life goes well, professional life goes well, as long as you pay attention to the smallest details. And that is the message for you for the month of November. That was it. All 12 sun signs, Aries to Pisces. We looked at what each month is going to look like for each of these signs. Do let me know in the comments what you thought of the video. Could you resonate with any of the readings? And if you want any personal readings, of course, you can always reach out to me. The details are given in the description. Have a great month of November. We are just 1 month away, or rather 2 months away from the end of 2025. Let's give it our best and let's have a good time. Stay safe and take care.